Wednesday. I'm your host, Wheelchair Rick. I myself am a T3, T4 paraplegic complete. And today I bring to you another brave guest coming to us all the way from the great country of Canada, our northern neighbors. But before we get to her, like always, let's roll the intro. Welcome to Wheelchair Wednesday. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's welcome our next guest, Miss Kristi Leer. What is going on, lady?
Hello, USA.
How are you?
Not much here, but it's cold. It's cold, and I'm trying to keep up with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm here in Michigan, so I'm like, I love doing this. People don't know. Like, from Michigan, you just hold your hand up. I'm from down here, and it's colder. It's colder than a witch's boob in a brass bra, let me put it that way. Yeah, we're surviving. You know, we're people of the tundra. We know what's going on, right?
Oh yeah, we got it going.
All right, so you've seen a couple of these. You kind of understand how they work. What's up, Eddie? This is a live show, so when people comment and if they want to ask a question, if it's relevant and appropriate for the content, we will ask you that question. Otherwise, I have my handy-dandy set of note cards here. We have 10 questions I'm going to run through, ask you, just a simple, everyday, life of a wheelchair user. You just answer them however you see fit. First off, why don't you introduce yourself to the people, tell them who you are, where you're from, level of injury, and how it happened.
So I am Kristi Leer from northern British Columbia. I was born and raised in the oil field for 20 years. I worked in water, sewer, construction, rig moving, drilling, all the dirty work, construction, and found myself driving down the highway 4 a.m. one day, ripping her to work, trying to do what I could, getting my best and getting my hours in. We plow through some weather, we plow through some snow, and I shouldn't have been on the road that day. I was driving fast trying to get there, and I didn't make it. I spun out of control. I misjudged my corners. I thought I knew the road. I was in a different corner. And come up real fast on me with some freezing rain as well. My truck just spun around on the road. Probably doing about 360 kilometers an hour by the time I hit that snowbank, and I hit it in reverse.
Now, for Americans, 360 kilometers an hour would be what in miles per hour?
You're the American.
I don't know. To me, it sounds like, I don't know, maybe 100, 80, 90, 70, 80, I don't know. Somebody will figure it out, I'm sure, along the line. Pretty fast, though, if I had to guess.
Well, the ergonomics, they say, went. I was doing 140. When I got out of control, I had 400 liters of fuel in my tidy tank and a whole bunch of construction equipment weighted down. So as you start flipping, and more goes, and more goes, and more goes. Yeah, that dead stop and that speed broke my neck. I flew out of my seat, and I was looking at my seat that I was just sitting in, and my head went through that little space between the headrest and the roof, right? Broke my neck. Best part is I was there for 4 hours at 40 below and I froze. No one knew I was even in my pickup.
Gosh. Yeah. That's harsh.
Yeah, it was insane. That saved my life. I'm going to tell everybody, if you're going to do dangerous stunts or do what you want to do, most of us get injured doing things like this. Do it in the cold, because in the cold, when you don't swell, you don't blow up, your stuff doesn't get worse. My doctors swear the fact that I sat there and suffered like that is the reason why I'm able to do what I do today. It saved me from everything exploding. Yeah.
Right. Got lucky. Heck yeah. And you're here to fight another day, which is great. The next question I got for you is kind of it's a weird one. It can go either way. How long ago was your injury, you said? I'm sorry.
2017.
Okay, so fairly recent then. The next question I had for you is, would you walk if you could? Which by that, what I mean is, if you could go all the way back to that day and stop that from happening, would you go on living your life the rest of that way, or would you continue off where you're at now?
Nope. I wouldn't change anything that's happened to me for the world. Nope. I take this. Yeah, I don't want to walk again. I don't want to. My life now, my life is 360'd. You think money, power, all the nice things in the world, being top dog, it don't mean nothing, man. I
Right.
crashed that truck. I lost my business, but I found my life. Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that one. That was nice.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that just goes to show you. Either way, you know, a lot of people it just depends on the way that they view it and how they were living life, and you know what I mean, how they see life now. Our friend Heather Poole Priest over here says 100 km is 62 miles per hour. So yeah, there you go. That's
There
fast.
you go. Thank you for that, USA.
Thank you, Heather. Appreciate that. And thank you for everybody watching, everybody commenting. The next question I have for you is one that I know a lot of people wonder about. They talk about dating/married. Do you find it harder, easier being in a wheelchair? What are your looks on that?
Dating in a wheelchair for a girl, it's awesome. I don't know how it is for guys. The dating world opened up more for me since I was in this wheelchair than when I was running around making a bunch of money.
Really?
Is my experience. Yeah. I had to chase relationships. Being in this chair, I don't know what it is. The vulnerability of it, maybe that I can't run away. I don't know. They love it.
Yeah, they just come flock right to you. You ain't got to go nowhere.
Pretty much.
Oh, man.
Maybe it's the sling and the swing. I don't know.
Right. Hey, you know what? There's some people out there, and this could be a whole nother Wheelchair Wednesday episode. It's called Devotees. Man, these people are crazy. Like, I don't know. I can't even get into it because it's too much. But anyway, on with the questions. What about your pet peeves? What's your biggest pet peeve about being in a wheelchair?
When something hits the floor.
Yeah, that is a pain in the ass, huh?
Yeah.
First thing that comes out of my mouth is usually the F word.
It's what?
As soon as something hits the floor, the first thing that comes out is a curse. Because, you know, you're just, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I do keep a couple of these with me. Do you have these, the grabbers? Do you ever use these?
I officially quit my relationship with grabbers last month.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Gave up on them, huh?
Yeah, ask me why, Rick.
Why? Why'd you do it?
Oh my God, they don't grab, they don't do nothing. All they do is break, in my opinion. But I'm in Canada, so maybe we got crappy industries. I don't know. I swear it. I use a dressing stick now, and I pull things closer to me, and I use my arms and my back to reach. A lot of times too, if it's up high, it's a game I got. It's like flip and catch. And for these quad hands, that's been doing a lot of good for me, man. Exercise. Look at those things go now.
Right. Nice. Well, hey, you know, I mean, I kind of feel you on that because some of them don't grab worth of nothing. You got to try, and it just aggravates you more than anything when you could have probably just reached down there and grabbed it.
Yep.
What about something that you wish you can do that you can no longer do?
Figure skating.
What is it?
Yeah. Figure skating.
Figure
I was
skating. Okay.
a figure skater for 10 years.
Wow.
And I really, really enjoyed that. So I've been back on the ice and the sledge. It's not the same as when I would figure skate at all.
No?
No.
Doesn't give you the same.
Not even close.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the same oomph, probably. The only thing I can think of with that question would be like to play drums. I miss playing drums. I used to play all the time, and now you don't got your feet, so it's like it's just not worth it for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
so you just got to kind of move
too.
on and find something else. You know, speaking of that, I'm going to go into the number 8 question, but I'm going to go back to the other ones. Now, you said figure skating. So what about hobbies? You did before. What about after your injury? What do you do for hobbies?
I took up swimming. I was never a swimmer, but I knew with the way I felt when I got injured, like I lost all the sensation to my body and all that feeling of being weightless and walking, right? I hit the water. I got that feeling again. I like swimming. I've never thought I would. I was never a swimmer. It's my go-to now, man. Yeah.
See, you're going to get me in the damn water, and I've told myself I don't want to do it. They tried to put me in the aqua therapy thing, and I didn't do it because I hate swimming. My biggest thing, though, is my ears. I've always had problems with my ears. So it's like every time I get water in there, I get an ear infection, and then it becomes a big thing. It's just, I don't know. But I've been thinking about it because I've heard it helps with your pain, and it's a different feeling. I don't know. Takes your weight off, maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so the barometric pressure in the water, it's lacking the oxygen. So when you go into the water, it's like you got a full body cast on. No lie. Your muscles, everything sucks in. Just you floating in the water, not even putting your ears in. That's working your body out, and it's pulling all your muscles into your joints, and it's giving you that relief.
Wow. Something new we learned today, folks. Thanks, Raymond. Appreciate that. He says, good interview. He's enjoying this. Okay, so back to number 6. What about any pain? Do you deal with any pain at all?
I do. I've had right hip pain, believe it or not. So, as a quadriplegic, couldn't feel from my neck down November 9th, 2017. Every month goes by, every couple months, I've been thawing. Yeah, so I've had this hip pain. No one believed I had hip pain because I was a girl in a wheelchair, and they dismissed me for quite a few years. It's true and it's real, and that's the major pain I've had. It turns out that I had an SI joint out for those years. No one noticed it till I got some chiropractor. I went to a chiropractor for the first time ever. I was like, man, you're my last hope. Nobody's understanding me that something's wrong. He's like, man, if you were an old person, you'd be in pain like mad because your hip is out. It was out of the socket.
Oh my gosh.
So he knocked my hip back in. My whole life's changed. I fell out of my bed like 9 times over the past 4 or 5 years, right?
Right.
That's what did it to my hip. Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine. That sounds painful.
But other than that, that's been the only pain. That's been, besides the emotional pain of nobody understanding what the hell I'm going through, I've been pretty lucky with my hip pain. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, at least you got that taken care of, you know?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about, which could be also another Wheelchair Wednesday episode, getting my hardware removed, but I don't know if that's a thing or not. I mean, I know it's a thing, but I don't know if it would work for my specific case. Because, man, like in the cold, especially like out today, woo, man, that thing hurts. Like, I don't know, something about metal and cold. Body don't like it. Number 7 is what helped you the most after your injury?
Swimming.
Swimming. Nice.
Swimming. And going back with my friends. Going out.
Yeah, getting back out in the world. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about travel? What do you think about that?
So I refuse to fly. I drive myself everywhere I go.
I'm with you.
I refuse to get on those airplanes.
I'm with you. Especially lately, you've been seeing all these crazy videos, doors flying off, people's wheelchairs getting lost and broken in half, and horrible. I
want to go there with my Clarice mask because that's how I get treated the minute I show up. It's just, you might as well, hello, right? Lock me in the chair, put me on display, roll me down the aisle. Just give me some lotion, please. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's about it.
I want to travel more though. So I'm looking at your country. I heard there's a lot to do there, and I'm excited to leave Canada for once. I haven't left here yet. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, there is a lot to do here. It just depends on what you want to do and where you want to do it at. You know what I mean? What are you looking to do in America?
Just anything. I'd be happy sitting in a mall people watching. It's just the fact that I'm traveling and getting out there. Yeah.
Right. For sure. Well, I'll tell you this. If you're close to Michigan, come on down to the wheelhouse. I'll have you come sign the slide board. It'll be fun times.
I'll hold you to it.
Absolutely. Well, I got one last question for you. What would be the best piece of advice that you could give to somebody newly injured?
The best piece of advice.
So picture somebody, like I told you earlier about like my story. Picture somebody in that hospital bed right now looking up at the TV, maybe even with your injury, that's waiting to hear what would be the best piece of advice you could give that person for the rest of their injured life. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one would be the best. You always hear these things like, this isn't forever.
Right.
Everything will change when you get out of here. For me, man, I'd just tell them, call me.
Hit me up!
There's way too much to say. Advice? No, I'd just say, call me if you need it. I guess my advice, there you go. Okay, Rick, you're right. You just got me to understand something about myself. I've migrated across my country looking for a group of people. When I was put back in northern BC in this small town with my broken neck, I was the only person there with a wheelchair, besides all the old people. So I've actually ventured across the country already. I'm sitting right now in Edmonton because I found the wheelie peeps. So my advice is to find your people, find your group, and they gotta be disabled. You need that community because it helps you. Go out with them, find that community. Don't think you're gonna fit into the other one because you gotta show them. You do. You gotta show them how to let you fit. So find your wheelie peeps. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to rock it. I like my my buddy I was talking to not too long ago. He was actually on this, PJ. He said you got to embrace the suck, which is pretty much boils it all down. You got to embrace it. And like with me, I made a thing out of it. Put a little Tommy gun in a wheelchair guy's hand, put some laurels around it, called it Wheelchair Mafia United States. Why not? And I rock around everywhere. We do these. I love the Wheelchair Wednesdays, get to meet new people. But you're right. To have other people that know what you're going through and that know how to, relate to you is pretty important to have. Yeah, you don't want to feel like the odd one out all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I do appreciate the time for you coming on. I do have one more question on here somewhere, which is one of my favorite ones. I always forget to ask it. What type of wheelchair do you have, and do you have a name for it?
I have 3 wheelchairs.
Woo!
I have 2 M300s, Permobile M300s, and I have a manual Tylite wheelchair as well. And no, I haven't named any of them, actually.
Well, there you go. Now you got something to think about.
I do.
Well, I'm going to give you one of these and an applause. Thanks for coming on today. Appreciate you. Everybody watching live, thank you for watching. Everybody listening all around the world, thanks for checking us out and sticking with us. If you or somebody else that wants to get on one of these, just let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, YouTube. I'm not hard to find, folks. I'm out there. Besides that, is there anything else, Kristie? Anything?
I don't know how much this is going to reach or how far it's going to go, but up here in Canada, I really, really am a big, big fighter for awareness about accessible parking spaces.
Yes.
It drives me mental. And I just want to say, if you got snow or anything, wherever you're at, think about people in the wheelchairs, please. And if you see a wheelchair out on the street in general when you're driving, they're not crazy. They need help. Put your 4-ways on and help them. Don't drive by and honk your horn at them. Like, that's why they're there. We're not out there to get in your way. We need some support, right?
Yep.
Those are my 2 big ones. Stay out of our spaces, and if we're on the highway in your road, protect us. There's something wrong. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for that valuable pieces of information. I do agree with you. Until next time, folks, Kristie, stick with me. We're going to talk to you here in a minute. Everybody else, we will catch you on the next Wheelchair Wednesday. Thanks very much. See you later. Peace.